Hey, what's up, guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today we're going to talk about my strategies for Redbubble and what I think is going to help me succeed and make the most money possible. You ready? Let's get started. So, this channel is all about using online income opportunities like Redbubble, Merch by Amazon, and a few different other print-on-demand platforms to create income for yourself, invest it properly, and create financial freedom for your family in the future. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So, my strategies for not Merch by Amazon, for Redbubble. Yes, that's right, I said strategies because my strategies will involve two different Redbubble stores. So, let's get into why I think two different Redbubble stores is the right way to go and what the differences are going to be between these two different stores. So, number one, Dadgum, I'm stuck on merch. I've been doing merch for so long. Redbubble rewards niching down to some level. It's not as intense as Etsy, where they only reward people who are super micro niche, but Redbubble does appreciate the fact that general stores don't just, basically act like a merch account and just have random designs that cover like 20,000 different niches. But instead, Redbubble seems to reward people who are focused on certain things. So, I'm going to have one store that is basically the catch-all for my Merch by Amazon designs. I'm going to convert some of those to patterns. It's going to be a lot of vector art, a lot of text designs and things like that. And this is going to be basically whatever goes in this store goes on merch, and whatever goes on merch goes in this store. So that is going to be one of the stores. The next one is going to be more of a fine art focused and something that is a unique proposition. And this actually happened and came about because my wife has gotten really into watercolors, and she is really good at it. She makes amazing patterns, she does great art, and she's just loved this painting thing. And I look at them and I think, well, this would actually, like, if I scan this in, just put it on a shirt, or put it not on a shirt, on a pillow or a duvet or something like that, it's going to probably do really well on Redbubble, because these kinds of things that are really unique pieces of art seem to do really well for Redbubble. So the second store is going to be, I guess, fine art, and it's going to be watercolors and things like that. And it's going to be a store that is mostly focused on just handmade design or handmade creations that are put on to throw pillows and duvets and things like that I just said. But anyway, so to recap, this merch store the merch store that I'm going to have is going to be just text-based stuff. I'm going to put everything on whatever product there is, and I'm going to basically hope and pray for the best. And obviously, I'm going to do keyword research. I'm not just going to put all of my designs on merch and then put those same designs on Redbubble and hope that the same keywords work for each one. Obviously, like we talked about in the last video, keywords are very different in Merch by Amazon as opposed to how people find Google, because most people who look for merch designs are looking in Amazon.com and they're using that search bar to find stuff, whereas people who come to Redbubble, like we talked in the last video, is 1 out of 2 people going to Redbubble and buying on Redbubble are going there for the first time from Google. So keywords from Google are going to aid the search algorithm for Redbubble, and keywords from Amazon are going to aid the designs for Merch by Amazon. And so obviously I'm not going to just cross-pollinate those things. The merch store that I have on Redbubble is going to be a heavy vector art focus and things like that. And it's going to be just, kind of a catch-all. Like I said, it's going to be a catch-all for those designs that I don't really have much to do. Like, I don't really, not have much to do, but they're different from what's going to be in this fine art store. They're going to be sayings and movement focus, like we've talked about with my merch stuff. They're going to be breast cancer, mental health awareness. They're going to be things like veganism, maybe some global warming stuff, and maybe pandemic, Black Lives Matter, stuff like that. Just stuff that is humanitarian focused and stuff that is going to be a movement, because that's what the theme of that store is, and that's what the theme of my merch account is actually. So they work really well together. And so that's going to be the merch store. The second one, like I said, is going to be watercolors. And this is because I want to have a second store, like I said, because Redbubble seems to appreciate the niching of stores and being able to keep a very similar feel and a very distinct look of your store. Like, you know, if I had watercolors along with a piece of broccoli deadlifting, like I have in my the merch store, those would not really go well together. There would be a very distinct difference in the artistic feel of both of those. So the fine art store is going to be watercolors that's put on stuff like duvets, pillowcases, phone covers, laptop pouches, things like that. And I think bath mats will be good. But the reason I want to have this other store is also because the profit margins for things like duvets, throw pillows, and things like that is much higher. So with the t-shirt stuff on Merch by Amazon, I might get, you know, $5 for a t-shirt, maybe some extra change for a mug or something like that. But with duvet covers, I can make upwards of $20 to $30 per duvet cover sold. So it makes sense to design stuff that people would actually want to put on a duvet cover in this separate store, and watercolor things like that seem to be really popular for putting on duvet covers, throw pillows, and stuff like that. That is not just, you know, vector art. Like the watercolor stuff and patterns that you create through that, obviously I'm going to make the patterns for the watercolor. It's not just going to be like a lemon stuck on like a giant duvet color. I'll make the lemons or whatever that my wife paints into patterns to put on these duvet covers in the second store. And I feel like this is going to be a great strategy because I've seen a bunch of different stores on Redbubble that have tons of reviews, which means they've got tons of sales coming in. And my wife loves to do this hobby, and she said it's okay to just scan it and put it on a, you know, duvet cover or whatever, and then make money from it. So why not? It seems to make sense to me. And yeah, so that's my strategy for Redbubble right now. So I've got one store that's Merch by Amazon focus, or seems to just catch all the Merch by Amazon stuff, a lot of vector, a lot of text, and things like that. Next store is going to be the fine art. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll see what happens, and I will let you guys know. I might put up some of my wife's watercolors so you can see what she's done. I think it's really neat. I like it. And it's very unique, and I feel like it will sell really well on Redbubble. Anyway, that's all I've got right now. I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving week. And just remember, someone's going to do something great every day, guys. Why not you? See ya.